If you're over 50 and your vision has started to feel a little dimmer, blurrier, or more sensitive to glare, please don't ignore it. Maybe you need brighter light to read a menu. Maybe headlights at night feel more blinding than they used to. Maybe your phone looks clear for a while, but when you look across the room, everything takes a few seconds to sharpen again. Most people blame age. They say, "Well, I guess my eyes are just getting old." But that is only part of the story. Your eyesight is not just about the shape of your eye, or whether you need reading glasses. Deep inside the back of your eye, there is a tiny, energy-hungry system that has to work every second you are awake. And when that system starts running low on energy, your vision can quietly begin to change. That is where the real conversation begins. Your eyes have two main types of light-sensitive cells: rods and cones. Rods help you see in dim light and detect movement around the edges of your vision. Cones help you see color, daylight, and fine detail. When you recognize a face, read small print, thread a needle, or notice the color of a flower, your cones are doing a tremendous amount of work. And the most important cones are packed into the macula, the small central area of the retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. Think of your retina like a living screen at the back of your eye. Light passes through the cornea, then through the lens, and finally lands on the retina. From there, signals travel through the optic nerve to your brain. But here is the part many people never hear. Those cone cells need a huge amount of energy. They are loaded with mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your cells. When you were younger, those mitochondria were more efficient. Your eyes could adjust faster. Colors looked brighter. Reading in lower light felt easier. After 50 or 60, those mitochondria may not work as strongly as before. That can affect contrast, night vision, glare sensitivity, and the feeling that your eyes need more light just to do the same job. This is why a 60-year-old may need much brighter light than a 20-year-old to read the same page comfortably. It is not weakness, it is biology. Your retina is asking for more energy, more protection, and better daily support. Now, before we talk about what may help, there is one important point. Blurry vision, sudden vision loss, eye pain, new floaters, flashes of light, or a curtain-like shadow in your vision should never be treated at home. Those can be urgent signs, and if you have diabetes, glaucoma, macular degeneration, or cataracts, you need regular eye care from a qualified eye professional. But for many adults over 50, there are several practical habits that may help protect eye function, reduce strain, and support clearer, more comfortable vision over time. The first is light. Not just any light. A very specific type of deep red light has been studied for its effect on the mitochondria in the retina. You may hear it called red light therapy or photobiomodulation. The wavelength often discussed is around 670 nanometers. The idea is simple. Certain wavelengths of red light may help tired mitochondria produce energy more efficiently. When the power plants inside retinal cells work better, some people may notice improvement in contrast sensitivity, color perception, or visual comfort. But this is where caution matters. Never shine a powerful red light, laser, or unverified device directly into your open eyes. More power is not better. The eye is delicate. If someone over 50 tries red light therapy, the safer discussion is low intensity, eye-safe devices, used briefly, preferably in the morning with eyes closed, and only after checking with an eye doctor, especially if you have retinal disease, glaucoma, previous eye surgery, or take medications that increase light sensitivity. A simple protocol often discussed is only a few minutes. In the morning, a few times per week. Not 20 minutes. Not staring into a bright bulb. Not experimenting with random devices from the internet. The surprising detail is timing. The retina appears to respond differently in the morning than later in the day. So if a person is going to explore this, morning may matter. But red light is not the whole solution. It is only one tool. The second key is distance. Most older adults spend far more time looking close than looking far. Phones, tablets, computers, bills, books, television at close range. When your eyes stay locked at the same distance for hours, the focusing system gets tired. Then you stand up, look across the room, and everything feels blurry for a moment. This does not mean your eyes are ruined. It means they need breaks. Every 20 minutes, look at something at least 20 feet away for about 20 seconds. Look out a window. Look at a tree. Look at the roofline across the street. If you go for a walk, don't spend the whole walk looking down at your phone. Let your eyes focus on distant objects. A stop sign, a bird, a cloud, a faraway building. This is one of the simplest ways to reduce digital eye strain. It will not magically erase a prescription. It will not change the shape of the eyeball, but it may help relax the focusing muscles and reduce that tired, dry, heavy feeling many people get after screen time. And that brings us to one of the biggest myths: eye exercises. Some eye exercises may help with comfort, coordination, and strain, but they do not reverse cataracts. They do not cure glaucoma. They do not reshape the eyeball. And some old-fashioned practices, like staring toward the sun or pressing hard on closed eyes, can be harmful, especially if you are at risk for cataracts, retinal disease, or high eye pressure. So the smarter approach is not force your eyes to heal. It is support the parts of vision that can still be supported. The third key is blood sugar. Your eyes are very sensitive to glucose. High blood sugar can damage the tiny blood vessels in the retina. That is why diabetes is such an important cause of vision loss. But blood sugar also affects the lens. Sugar can contribute to changes in lens proteins, making the lens cloudier over time. That cloudy lens is what we call a cataract. Cataracts are common with age, but they are not something to casually ignore. If your vision looks foggy, lights have halos, night driving feels unsafe, or colors look dull, you may need a cataract evaluation. Here is the honest version. No food or supplement has been proven to remove an advanced cataract. Cataract surgery is still the effective treatment when cataracts are interfering with daily life. The good news is that modern cataract surgery is one of the most common and successful procedures in eye care, and lens options have improved dramatically. Some newer lenses can help with distance, intermediate vision, and reading, depending on the person. But before cataracts get advanced, your daily habits still matter. Stable blood sugar, not smoking, UV protective sunglasses, and a nutrient-rich diet may help reduce stress on the lens and retina. The fourth key is the macula. The macula is your central vision. It is the part of the eye you use to read, recognize faces, drive, and see detail. After 50, one of the most important things to protect is the macula. This is where food becomes powerful, not as a cure, but as support. Two nutrients, lutein and zeaxanthin, concentrate in the macula. They act almost like internal sunglasses, helping filter certain light and protect retinal tissue from oxidative stress. You can get them from dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collards, as well as egg yolks, corn, and orange peppers. Egg yolks are especially interesting because they contain fat, which may help the body absorb these nutrients more easily. So instead of thinking only about more vegetables, think about building a meal that helps absorption. Leafy greens with olive oil, eggs with spinach, salmon with colorful vegetables. For people with intermediate age-related macular degeneration, a specific eye vitamin formula known as AREDS2 may help reduce the risk of progression. But this is not for everyone, and it is not a general multivitamin. If you have been told you have AMD, ask your eye doctor whether AREDS2 is appropriate for your stage. Saffron is another nutrient getting attention for macular support, but it should be treated carefully. It may be promising, but it is not a replacement for medical care, eye injections when needed, or monitoring by a retina specialist. The fifth key is dry eye. Many adults over 50 think blurry vision means they need stronger glasses, but sometimes the surface of the eye is simply too dry. When the tear film is unstable, vision can blur in and out. You blink, and it clears for a second. Then it blurs again. Screen use makes this worse because people blink less often when they stare at a device. Some medications can also worsen dryness. So can aging, hormonal changes, low humidity, ceiling fans, and clogged oil glands in the eyelids. A simple habit is intentional blinking. Every so often, close your eyes fully, pause for 1 second, then open them. Warm compresses may help some people with oil gland issues. Preservative-free artificial tears can also be useful. But chronic dry eye is not just an annoyance. It is inflammation and tear instability. Modern treatments now include prescription drops that target inflammation and newer options that protect the oily layer of the tear film. So if your eyes burn, sting, water constantly, or feel gritty every day, ask an eye doctor about dry eye treatment instead of just buying random drops over and over. The sixth key is eye pressure. Glaucoma is often called the silent thief of sight because it can damage peripheral vision without pain. You may not notice it until the damage is advanced. That is why regular dilated eye exams matter so much after 50, especially if you have a family history, diabetes, high blood pressure, are African American, Hispanic, or have been told your eye pressure is elevated. You may hear claims that very high-dose vitamin D can reverse glaucoma. Please be careful with that. Vitamin D is important, but high doses can become dangerous without lab monitoring. Too much vitamin D can raise calcium levels, strain the kidneys, and create other problems. If vitamin D is part of your plan, test your blood level and work with your clinician. Glaucoma care has also changed. Many people still use eye drops, but there are now laser procedures, minimally invasive glaucoma surgeries, and sustained-release medication options for certain patients. The main message is this: glaucoma is not a condition to manage casually at home. Pressure must be measured, the optic nerve must be monitored, and treatment has to be consistent. The seventh key is circulation and movement. Your eyes are part of your body. When your blood vessels are healthier, your eyes usually benefit too. Walking, gentle strength training, and regular movement support circulation, blood sugar, blood pressure, and mitochondrial function. You do not need extreme exercise. A daily walk, done consistently, can be a strong start. If you can safely walk outside, let that walk serve two purposes: move your body and look into the distance. Give your legs, heart, brain, and eyes a reason to wake up. Sleep matters too. The retina works hard all day and needs recovery. Poor sleep can worsen blood sugar, inflammation, blood pressure, and dry eye symptoms. If you wake up with gritty eyes or morning blur, your sleep environment, eyelids, or tear film may need attention. Now, let's put this into a simple daily plan. In the morning, get natural outdoor light without staring at the sun. Let light reach your eyes naturally while you walk, sit outside, or stand near a window. If you use red light therapy, only use a low-intensity eye-safe device, briefly, with eyes closed, and only after making sure it is appropriate for you. During the day, use the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes of screen time, look far away. Blink fully. Keep your screen slightly below eye level to reduce dryness. Avoid harsh glare. At meals, build a macula supporting plate. Leafy greens, colorful vegetables, eggs, fish like salmon or sardines, olive oil, berries, nuts, and enough protein. Keep blood sugar steady. If you have diabetes or prediabetes, protecting your vision starts with protecting your glucose control. In the evening, use warmer, softer lighting. Bright blue-white light at night can worsen glare and may interfere with sleep. Make your home safer with better contrast, brighter reading lamps, less glare, clear stair edges, and night lights in hallways. And once a year, or more often if your doctor recommends it, get a comprehensive eye exam. Not just a quick glasses check, a real exam that looks at the retina, pressure, optic nerve, lens, and signs of diabetes or macular disease. Because the goal is not simply to throw away your glasses. The real goal is to keep reading comfortably, to drive safely, to recognize faces clearly, to walk without fear of missing a step, to protect the independence that clear vision gives you. So if your eyes have been changing, do not panic. And do not fall for miracle claims. Start with the basics that actually make sense. Energy for the retina, protection for the macula, stable blood sugar, less strain, better lighting, healthy tears, regular movement, and proper eye exams. Small habits, done consistently, can make your vision feel more comfortable and may help protect the eyesight you still have. And if you have noticed one change in your vision after 50, more glare, more dryness, more blur, or needing brighter light, share it in the comments. Your experience may help someone else realize they are not alone. Your eyes have served you for decades. Now they need a little more support, a little more protection, and a little more attention. And that support can begin today.